Maskwera soyi muri Zimbabwe. Welcome to our channel apa tinokupaina unzvinenge zvichiitika mumativi mana enyika yedu yeZimbabwe. Tinawata kuvigirai zuva ranhasi nyaya yaburitswa naformer MDC Alliance Secretary General waCharlton Wende avabuda pamene pachena vachiaccusa his former leader Nelson Chamisa nenyaya yekubribwa kuti vanyarare about the ZANU-PF's controversial 2030 agenda. Nyaya yabuditswa nemaizimbabwe.com vachitaura ivo vachiti a political firestorm has erupted within Zimbabwe's fractured opposition. Former MDC Alliance Secretary General Charlton Wende has publicly accused his former leader Nelson Chamisa of being bribed to remain silent on ZANU-PF's controversial 2030 agenda, a plot to extend President Emmerson Mnangagwa's rule. The explosive allegation on X ignited fierce debate about the opposition's state and leadership integrity. Wende, now Kwazana East legislator, posted that Chamisa was offered a drink to ignore ZANU-PF's maneuvers, a thinly veiled accusation of corruption striking at Chamisa's credibility. For months, Chamisa's conspicuous silence on the 2030 issue fueled speculation. While ZANU-PF built momentum for constitutional changes, Chamisa, who twice claimed victory over Mnangagwa in disputed elections, remained on the sidelines. His cryptic No to 2050 post on X was seen by many, including Wende, as an evasive maneuver. In an exclusive interview with Standard, the defiant Nelson Chamisa dismissed the allegations as ramblings. Those things are said in circumstances of intoxication, he resorted. Why should I waste my time on issues of drinks? For the record, I bear multiple scars for standing principled, focused, and consistent. He vehemently denied receiving any inducement from the ruling party, painting a stark picture of his own persecution. I'm not in parliament. I have not received a loan from ZANU-PF. I don't have a farm. I have nothing that I've received from anyone except persecution, ridicule, oppression, and attempted assassination. Chamisa found analogy of drinks insulting. Am I that stupid that I would go for a drink and not for a country? I don't even drink, so this analogy of drinks doesn't apply to me, he asserted, highlighting the claim's absurdity. The betrayal from within Wende's allegations and opposition's fractured soul. Wende's accusation is more than a political jab. It represents a deep division within the opposition. His public break with Chamisa underscores internal power struggles and ideological divisions. His allegations, true or not, provides ammunition to the ruling party that portrays the ZANU-PF as chaotic and self-serving. The timing of Wende's intervention is poignant, coming at a critical juncture when the opposition should be united against ZANU-PF's power consolidation. Instead, internal strife and accusations of corruption dominate headlines, playing directly into the ruling party's hands, which has historically exploited such divisions. Sources within the opposition, speaking anonymously, suggest Wende attacks stemmed from frustration over Chamisa's cult of personality leadership. They cite the chaotic demise of the Citizens Coalition for Change, dismantled by self-imposed Secretary General Sangezo Shabangu, as evidence of Chamisa's failure to build robust democratic institutions. Chamisa's focus on personal loyalty over party structures left the door wide open for infiltration, one of CCC official told this publication. Wende's outburst, while damaging, is a symptom of a much larger disease. When you have a leader who operates in a bubble surrounded by sycophants, you create a vacuum that can be exploited by your enemies. The CCC's perceived lack of internal democracy within decisions made without broad consultation created fertile ground for figures like Shabangu and for Wende's accusations to gain traction. The 2030 gambit and the state's iron fist, a climate of fierce oppression. While the opposition tears itself apart, ZANU-PF rolls on. The cabinet has approved draft legislation to extend the presidential term and scrap direct presidential elections. This constitutional coup, as dubbed by legal experts, would cement Mnangagwa's grip on power, extinguishing democratic hope and creating a one-party state. Chamisa insists his No to 2050 message was strategic to reframe the debate and expose the regime's long-term ambitions. I don't want to be boxed in by the ZANU-PF language. They intervened 2030, he explained, with my reference to 2050. I was lenient. I could have put 2099. It is a dramatic illustration of the sinister intention. They want to turn Zimbabwe into a ruin on account of this dangerous and disastrous amendment. He argues that focusing on 2050 highlights the ruling party's outward goal, entrenched authoritarian rule, forcing public consideration of long-term implications. As political drama unfolds, the human cost of dissent rises. The state's crackdown on opposition to the 2030 plan has been swift and brutal. In October 2025, a protest against term limit extension led to over 90 arrests. Human rights organizations document disturbing patterns of abductions, torture, and intimidation, creating a chilling effect on citizens. Just last week, a prominent constitutional lawyer was brutally assaulted, and women in Masvingo who supported Chamisa have reportedly been targeted by state security agents. This wave of repression serves as a chilling reminder of the lengths to which the state will go to silence its critics. The international community has largely condemned these actions, but the ZANU-PF government remains defiant, dismissing criticism as interference. Lack of accountability emboldens perpetrators and perpetuates a cycle of violence and impunity. Tumabudiziro aitwa nyaya muri Zimbabwe tisingazivi kuti munonana sei tudziwo zvamuri kufunga mucomment section.
Wife or girlfriend? Did I talk to his lawyer? How do I know what Titus is saying about? I heard it because he did what?
Speak.
He spoke publicly. I don't have to go and ask Chari. What does Titus think about 2030? Eh? Why am I not asking Scotty what Tatenda thinks? Because both these people came out and bared public witness. And can anyone dispute me if I say Titus is an anti-2030? Is it possible? Aripo Erea are not unonyepa, he's not. How many times have these guys bared public witness to this statement? Do you know if we also went to court, I can use it as evidence of knowing where they stand? Because they said it publicly. Nemuromo wavo. That is the only thing that is undisputed about what you think about
Daniel
2030.
Garo, if they don't want 2030, will twist the law.
No, but they can't twist your words, Mof. Iwe uri kuchiredzi, daily, zuvali. Say no. You can even say, I am saying no over my dead body. Would you change this? And when you die, it will be known that ZANU-PF changed it over your dead body. I'm just saying. So that's the one thing we don't want to do. We keep making excuses, guys. That's the why ZANU-PF does not allow us to group. That's why ZANU-PF says, I don't want you on the street. That's why ZANU-PF even teveras you in your office and says, what are you doing? What are you planning to do? Who do you want to tell this thing? Who do you want kukupupurira that you say that? Stop that right now. That's the only thing it actively does. Have you noticed? Why do we think ZANU-PF does that? And when ZANU-PF wants to be heard that this thing is supported, what did we see ZBC saying? It says, look at them, the people of where they have endorsed. Did it show us them in their private quarters?
No.
It showed us them saying it where?
Insurance.
Where? Publicly.
Publicly on ZBC.
Doing what? Bearing witness.
Mm.
And why did it film them and put it out there?
Evidence.
So I did say In 2017, when Emerson Mnangagwa had done all the background things that actually does a coup, what did he need on the street?
We need people
To come and do what?
support him.
And bear public witness to Tiribo,
Mm.
endorse this. Tiribo, get out of our space. We are okay. Leave us alone. Who had to bear public witness?
Hatikatiudzani
Sada,
Zuma
get out of here.
Zuma stay away.
Get out of here. Who did that? Do you think we could have done that, Takagara Kumba?
Yeah, bagaiba.
We needed to be bearing public witness. And Uncle Jed, when we say only a critical mass needs to do it, let's go back to 2017. Were all the towns out on the street? Gatitaure chokwadi? No. You only needed a critical mass in strategic places. You didn't notice that? Akatiunganidza and created enough number to be credible. And then another number of people not stopping you. Those are the ones who are giving consent. You get it?
Yeah.
Hapana arikuti stopa. So ivavo vari ipapo, bearing public witness, telling others that they are okay, and no others coming from the house and saying, imi stopa isusu hatisi kuvuma, are enough to say this thing is agreed by all Zimbabweans. My bad. So tingaenda apa neapa kune chinhu wani that speaks and speaks absolutely. And it is correct when the Constitution says it is the voice of God. And me and you are the God. We go on the street because that Constitution is my child. In the presence of God. Do we need Bible, Uncle Jed? In the presence of God. Akamira pamberi pako, here, there, in front of you. Do you run and go and get the Bible? Kuti ripupurire God. Do you do that? When Jehovah was there, did you ever read anywhere? Kuchinzi akavhura Matthew 5 verse 1. In the presence of God, do you need an
Havatu
interpreter?
vakatiuraya nepfuti hande nevana vedu tese tinoenda mustriti toti dzva toti
So
nhasi
that is
vaurayiwa
what the
nezanup f vachiuraya
Constitution,
vatiuraya tese.
that's what the Constitution is. In the presence of the God that gives life to this supremacy, you don't need Luke Malaba. It would be like saying to Jesus, hold on, John 14 verse 1 doesn't say that. Imagine saying that to God. He knows because he said that. So just ask him. You can actually say, who was in the Beningin asking God? If God says it was two boy and Owen, do you know that will become the fact? We will have to then say the person who wrote the Bible was a liar because God said so. He was there creating them. So why are we, the people of Zimbabwe, who are the parents to this thing, not going outside and say, let the children stay at home? Me, the owner, the writer, the words, the one who creates these words. Ndapano. And I'm here to tell you, I do not want, sorry, I said today. I don't want no extension of nothing at all. I don't want Ndiribo. I don't want referendum. I don't want nothing. I don't want. So let's stop the faffing about. Muridzi, you are my workers. I company yangu. I don't want to sell my company. I don't want to sell shares. I'm okay. I'm okay with it as it is. Varikuda kushanda pano shandai vasingade burukai, and I will hire other people in the same process. Isn't it? That's what it is, Uncle Jet. Variko who want to go into a 5-year parliament, but we are not doing that. We are looking for excuses, not for us to go and answer this question once and for all, where everybody will hear it. We don't have to write them matamba. We don't have to, we just stand per street in Zimbabwe. That's it. Have you never known what people have said in a demo, Uncle Jet? How come we know? I even know about demos in 1983. Don't you know what people